All I've been hearing all day is planes. I've heard so many planes today. And then with that song being stuck in my head, there's somebody who's like taken flight. Aha moments all gone off. Past the part, it's like this person had two stops on their plane. They gotten off one stop. They're on the way to the other. What they have let go of currently involved having to make a choice between you and a third party. They have decided you are what they are going to be resilient about. So, we're going to pick a couple more cards. This one is calling out to me. Alright, so it's somebody that's wondering about if they have redemption with you. You are following your intuition, that you have been more tapped into them, but there's been quite a few different people on your horizons. There's a certain individual that sees you're very happy, your home life's healthy, you're flourishing, they're expressive, they've been watching you from afar. And this isn't temptation, this is destiny. They see you as destiny. They don't see you as this malevolent person, farthest from it. They don't see you as somebody that's trying to take. You're somebody that's trying to give. And they're like, I don't care what's stored next. I don't need to know the future when it comes to you, because all I know is right now, you're my frequency. You are part of my happiness, and I'm done trying to fight that off. Why am I trying to fight that off? Yeah. So there was somebody that gave you a fake goodbye. It was because they thought it was what was best for you. It was because there were secrets. It was because they did not want to resist you, but they had to resist change for another reason. That third party. A lot of them could have been involved already in a relationship when you met, or they were in one of those mists of like figuring things out. They're very much like, I keep pulling all these cards about, do I have redemption? Like, for a lot of you here, they're going to come in a very soft and tender way with you. They could have been kind of a cold person in the past, or it was like one moment completely like you're inspiring me, there's growth, and then cold. And they're going to explain what that all was about. Yeah, so definitely sweetness and synergy again. Another card about family and about coming in with a tender offer with strength. Like a tender offer with meat. A substance. Protection. Alright. This is literally, I was literally just saying protection, and I was being told that this is guarded by your guides. Like swords held up high. Like this is valued. This relationship is valued in the spiritual realm because there's a butterfly effect. Literally with that butterfly, every divine union will always align to somebody else being united with their divine. Because when we have two people who are not supposed to be together staying together, that makes a trickling effect for two more people not having their partner, their divine, and then a domino effect from there. So truly, by being with who's meant for you is not only what's best for you, but the universe, but society. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. All right, so this person is extorted a lot of tools. They're feeling like they have ran out of options to fill why they can't put a death to what makes them feel like they can't scream, like they can't talk. Like, in a dream where you've had one of those dreams where like you're trying to scream but you can't speak, it's not coming out. they're tired of feeling that way with you. Like, because everything within them is like screaming to talk to you and itching. You see, you and this person, something happened about 2 months ago. There was a shift of energy. It could have been anywhere between 2 to 6 months ago, because I've been seeing a lot of sixes in this reading as well. These are collective takes what resonates. But maybe there was a rockiness anywhere back to 6 months ago. But really 2 months ago, something was solidified of like a cutoff in your vibe with each other. You've been getting a lot of signs lately about this person. You had a lot of signs when you were together or when they were in your energy vicinity that they were going through a lot and their life was not as together as they might like for it to seem. You see, you have helped this person restore faith in spirituality, but not only spirituality, like themselves, intuition, that there is real love in this world, that we don't have to settle for bullshit. This person was a catalyst for you. And a great thing, but also a fucking catalyst. A great thing, but also a fucking catalyst to the old you. This person came into your life when you were in deep depression. You always had the courage to keep your lights on, to work, to do whatever you had to do, but you weren't. When you met this person, it was a while ago. And you were in a dynamic where you weren't happy with what you were doing as a career, individuals surrounding you. Both of you have grown. Both of you moved the other one to break barriers that no longer served, that were part of your lower timeline. You see, this person currently, with whoever the dynamic of that third party was, a humongous thing was they started seeing that they were not going to get a payback for all of the energy that they were giving this person. These are collective takes what resonate. Some of this was like a best friend that had so much like mental control over them. Some of this was some form of like a mother figure type of vibe. So there could have been some form of mother wounds nonetheless within this dynamic, or a sense of needing to get approval from the mom. Energy intensities are two ways. Collective takes what resonates. But that third dynamic is somebody they were married to, somebody they were in a deep commitment to nonetheless. They saw with that person, finally, aha moment of like, this is not changing. Their words, whatever they said they were going to do. See, with you, whenever they channel your energy, whenever they were talking with you, they did feel balance. There was moments of activation that because they were not used to you, not used to your energy, were being registered as triggers. And what the nervous system, the ego, the soul, not the soul, but the pilot of your soul. The soul is your pilot, but the plane of your soul all registered you as something foreign, as something that could be dangerous because it's foreign, because I don't know how to operate with somebody of this stability. Both of you felt your higher timeline together. But there was, again, not only with them, with you, there were other things, there were other plants that had to be sorted out. Spiders are a big forward movement with you. Spiders speak to you, specifically. And there's literally the word bat. Literally, and there's a bat in her, there's a blue bat in her pocket. There's an owl on her hat I've never noticed. And there's an evil eye pinned like on the wall, like somebody drew it in the back. I don't know. Those are big things I've never noticed about this card, and I was very much called to tell you about. This person is pouring over with emotions for you. They love your goofiness. You are goofy in the best of ways. You are not afraid to show all parts of you. You have You got your goofy side, and then you got a seductive side too. You're like ready to go into life full force. They really tried not to compare you to another that they were in a relationship with. They really tried. But that's the thing. The person that they give, it's like this third party they gave another chance to. There was some form of unfaithfulness. There could have been cheating or going behind the back, talking, lying in some sort. But because how bad they wanted happiness with this person, that's why they gave them the chance again. They would really try to not sugarcoat anymore shit to that person, but also not compare them to you. You see, your person, they have the dark aesthetic, and they like people to think that they have this big hard shell, and they are strong, but they're soft inside. They can always take action when it comes to making really like big decisions and work and etc. Love has been something that's different, that has been catching up. You see, this is how they feel about you right here, right now as we speak. You're financially strong, you're independent. They see that you need nothing from no one. You are your own provider. You control money. Money does not control you. They also see that you're this kind and patient source. They're seeing that you, every time you made some forward movement to them, and it didn't make sense to anybody else, it only made sense to you. Somehow, whatever they were going through in their life, whatever they were thinking about, connected so hardcore to like synchronization of what was going on, and there was like no way for you to know to message them at that time. There was no way for you to know that you were just thinking about the same thing. You were expressive. You were just talking about what was on your mind. You inspire them. They see that you're very patient. You're not afraid to go to the barrier, but you're a person that dares to not cross when the flags are up, when spirit says it's time to stop, whenever it's time for something to be done, you can let it go. Yeah. But you're this compromising source. You're a balance, give and take. You're more than an idealistic partner. You really are a package and all, okay? And by honoring and seeing yourself this way is how you help others see it in themselves. We grew up at a time where self-love was not acknowledged the way it is now. Authenticity was not acknowledged the way it is now. The more you love yourself and you are your own cheerleader and you're number one, you make a safe space for other people to do it for themselves as well. Bats, again, black cats. A lot of inspiration. This is a soul tie. This is not something light. This is something worth standing to the world for. What do we have with the Oracle cards? They have two sets of energies. This is like their forward movement right now, what they're thinking about you, what they are realizing within self that has to surface. Okay, they've came to a complete understanding that the only way to resolve this conflict is to reconcile with you. That they said goodbye to what no longer served. They severed this tie because it was best for them. It's not that it was best for both of you, best for to be together, best for somebody else. It was what was best for them to sever this connection with whatever this third party dynamic was. Okay? Right now, the only reason, literally the only reason that's keeping them back from the reconciliation is fear of rejection. But they're taking an oath to giving you this secret, this hidden truth, this sense of, like we were stating earlier, being able to actually be heard from you, not having those dreams anymore of looking at you and seeing you and like trying so hard to talk to you, yell at you, but you're literally like in the dream, it won't let you. A lot of you here are astral projecting and actually in front of their higher self. Telling their higher selves. And their higher self telling them this is sweet. The only way to open up, the only way to be able to put on the headphones and hear you is by charging the headphones. And charging the headphones in this example is plugging themselves back into your life. They are very proud of their growth. We all battle our parasite every day. We continuously are shedding what no longer serves with it. And just like a muscle where you have to keep up and nourish and allow times of rest, that is what handling the parasite of your life, of what's in here, is the same mentality. They have really looked and spoken to themselves, I am no longer resisting change. That we're about to have a night of passion. This is a card literally about like nighttime passion. Take it as it resonates, however that resonates, okay? There's many different forms of passion. Some people hear, I'm feeling called to say this, some people hear sexual, being sexual in a relationship is of deep importance, and for some of you here, it's not. However that resonates for you, your person is aligned with your sexual desires or needs, or if you're a person that doesn't have many, they're aligned with that as well. It's an energetic connect, a balance, give and take. This whole night, they're embracing the new identity with you. They're like, we're not setting an appointment for this. This is spontaneous. It's going to be spontaneous. They're going to get that volcano effect is what I call everything rumbling inside and bursting at once. This very deep inspiration to reach out to you. And they're going to confess their love. They're going to say, I am crazy about you. This is my story. This is my reality. These are my truths. There's something about the way you smell. They really like the way you smell. You have they want me to say you have a very strong demeanor and kind face. Strong, masculine demeanor. And some of you here are still like, let me make sure that I always like to make sure that I let you know we all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us. Okay? Masculine is your willpower, your go-getter attitude, your self-composure. Okay, some of you here, that is what I'm staying with that. Some of you here are straight masculines. And that is a default of how people see you. But some of you here who are feminines, it's the default. People look at you, they see that's a person not to mess with. That's a person I can count on. But no matter if you're a masculine or feminine, there's something kind within your eyes. You have healer's cheeks, if you've ever heard of that. Healer's cheeks are somebody when they smile, they have like kind of the bubbles and whatever it's called when you have like a crease here. A dimple, I think is what it's called. Very comfortable. Very safe. People can get locked looking in your eyes. People who have trouble looking into people's eyes can keep eyes locked with you. They're not setting an appointment. They're not going to say, oh, let's go do this now. Let's arrange for another day. No, they're going to be like, can I see you now? Let's talk about this now. Wow. Okay, so this is also channeled in with a reading I just did involving G Fuel. But what matters right now is what I'm feeling from that is the whole thing was about getting more energy going out. This person's going to invite you out, and it's going to be something very simple but beyond limits. Like, this can be very much just going out to a park, a beach, a very beautiful scenery where you're going to hear frogs. That's a very big thing, hearing frogs. And in this simple space, you're going to move beyond limits with each other. The way these are sectioned out, this is a past, present, future for this. This is for you. This is your center focus, your step one out of here. Okay, so before, where you're going to hear frogs, that's a very big thing, hearing frogs. And in this simple space, you're going to move beyond limits with each other. The way these are sectioned out, this is a past, present, future for this. This is for you. This is your center focus, your step one out of here. Okay, so before, when you weren't healed, when you weren't ready for this, you had to still show yourself to the world, your identity, your ideas. This is a soul tie commitment. This is a soul tie union right here. It's more than a soulmate. They made you break barriers. They made you see you are in control of your life, your time. Some fire that could not have been lit unless you did not keep them. For you, what you asked the universe to give you with this person was happiness, was heart, was soul. You press play on realizing it's not that you're going to find that with only this one person. You bring that wherever you go. The biggest thing was self-love. The biggest thing was no longer putting other people before you. Because with the tango partner, these types of things, it's not ever just one person. There's something on your end you're always improving as the other person is improving. When they were dealing with their third party, everything, you were dealing with your own pot. This is what you've left in the past. The way you were able to have that fruition was by going along the path of having to find each other again. Current energy, they are sending you the energy of there is infinite possibilities. We're breaking barriers. We're getting to bone with each other. And the skull aesthetic is something very much resonating. So both of you could have the skull aesthetic, or at least one of you, which is this sense of darkness, but still beauty. A lot of beauty. The energy they're saying to send currently is like with this trick or treat, like literally we're 2 days away from Halloween. The energy you're sending them as we speak, and they're stating to continue embracing, is the sense of safety, of playfulness, of I don't have any expectations of you. I don't expect you to fit into some certain role in my life. I'm here to go with the flow with you and support your authenticity and who you are. We have a happy future together, fruit of happiness. I accept, desire, cherish, and when the time is right, the word love exactly who you are. Alrighty, this is amazing. Continue forward. They're diving down. All right. Let's get it. Huzzah!